So, for the 90th anniversary of Monopoly, in addition to redesigning the standard game, they have come out with one of three expansions, starting with Free Parking Jackpot. So, this expansion, it's loosely based on the old house rule of getting free money on when you land on free parking. The old house rule, you put 500 on the board. All the taxes and fines from community chest go into the middle of the board to build a pot. If you actually land on free parking, you get the pot. Might seem kind of exciting, but the problem with that old house rule is money doesn't get ever sucked out of the game, and a player on the verge of bankruptcy could get several $1,000s, and then the game goes for another 5 hours. So I don't recommend that house rule. But this expansion kind of gives you the fun of that rule, but it keeps it under an hour. They advertise 40 minutes, but let me just kind of go over generally how this expansion goes. So there's no community chess or chance. Every space is placed by a spinner. Every time you land on these spaces, you get to spin this. And you'll either get something like jackpot, where you collect the jackpot, a free house, the deal mobile, which I'll go over later, or you'll add to the jackpot if you hit one of these red spaces. You also start off the game with these spin chips, and you spin those to spin. So you don't have to land on that to do a spin. You can, if you got the chips, you can spin them. Now, how do you get these chips? If somebody lands on your property, you have the choice to either collect rent or get a spin chip. And you get a spin chip. Every time you spin this, you get a bonus card. Like this one will say, take one, remove one from your movement from the number you roll, add a movement, hit the brakes, stop another player's bonus card, kind of a no. Swap a property you own with an unowned property. You'll start out with two of these bonus cards. You get a bonus card every time you spin this. Now, when you actually land on free parking, the actual space, you get a bonus card. You spin this, and you get this special token called the Deal Mobile. Now, what do you get with the Deal Mobile? With the Deal Mobile token, you land on any property you don't own, you get that property for free. If you land on someone's property, and let's say someone else owns this, you don't have to pay rent, but that player does get a spin chip instead. But you don't have to collect rent. So you get free property and you're not charged rent while you possess this. Now, you can lose this by either another player landing on free parking, or if they spin and hit here to get the deal mobile, or one of these bonus cards can take it. So you don't play correctly, you won't have this for long. Now, the jackpot, it grows basically by this, but also grows every time you every time you send somebody to the bank, it actually goes here instead. You buy a property, you buy a house, the money goes here. So that's how that cleans up. And the end of the game is when all the properties are bought, or the first player goes bankrupt. Once the game ends, you basically add up all the cash, the printed values of your properties. It doesn't seem to matter if it's mortgage or not. You go one more trip around the board to collect rent on the properties you own, and whoever has the highest cash wins. So how did this work out with my group? Well, they love it. Now, this advertises that this could be done in 40 minutes. This game took about an hour, which actually, I'll give a spoiler, with the other two expansions, this actually went the shortest on our first playthrough. And do I recommend it? It's fun. You know, if you're a serious Monopoly player, this is probably not going to be something you want to play, but if you're all about the skill and all that. But this can add a little bit of zany fun and a good time with a group for people who play more casually. But yep, this expansion's $10. Give it a whirl. It takes the house rule I do not like at all and actually gives you the fun that people like of it, but it makes sure the game does not go all night long. But yep, $10.